Along with that, because we are in tech industry, so we put tech, it makes some sense. So now you can see my screen, right? Okay. Tulsi asked me about this notes. Tulsi, I'll share all this. Sorry, these days I think I got little busy with office work. Otherwise, I would
Okay, sir.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely share. I don't. Otherwise, I can share, give you this whole this one, this file itself if you want. Maybe you can segregate it. What I thought
Yes.
is I just want to segregate according to the session and share with all of you. Still, if you want, I can give the file itself also. No issues. Nothing. I'm not going to hide anything. So now next one. I put this because I want to take this as a scenario. Yesterday we were talking about what is it? This one. So I hope you got a clear understanding on these things, right? These are all very useful things, friends, because tomorrow when you are working in some project, this deeper understanding of anything. This is not just applicable. Whatever the scenario we discussed yesterday, copy method. This copy method scenario is applicable for many of the data structures in Python. Okay, for set or some dictionary, all that have this copy method. And this kind of two copies, one is a reference copy, another one is a explicit copy. We have these two kind of copies. So in this kind of copies, we have clearly discussed how the copying behaves. Like, do you have multiple objects created or same object is shared by the references that we had discussed in yesterday's session? Okay. So I hope almost all we have discussed all the methods of list. Let me just see if any methods were remaining. I'll just close that and jump to the application part, like how to apply some of the use cases in Python using that. I think we applied reverse sort and then count is done. Even we discussed index. This clear is only method remaining here is you can see. We discussed append, pop, extend, copy, reverse is done, sort is done, count is done. Even we did some scenarios, we did implemented programs on all this. Remove is done, insert is done, index is discussed, and finally clear. See, applying clear is very simple. When you say just clear, it removes all elements from the list. Now after clear, if you try to print list, you see here, it just returns empty list. Suppose I just print list one. I applied clear on list one. When I after applying clear on or calling clear on list one, and once if you print this list one, you see that list one becomes empty. Now let's run this now. See the output. You see an empty list at the end here. Means clear just clears all elements from a list. Right? If you want to explicitly clear all elements, you can do this. You got it right there. And there are few methods which you need to learn. These are generic methods. What methods, friends? These are generic methods. You can also please try to practice along with me because you have ample time to practice. Please give it a try. Got it right. I'm going slowly. I hope I'm going slowly because I'm not sure how you are feeling if I'm going slow or faster. But please practice along with me. If you want some time, you can also stop me. Right. That's it. Next, some generic methods we apply on lists. These are all generic methods. LEN. Okay. And then min method and then max method. Okay. You can also use this built-in methods help when you are working in project. Okay. And then sorted. There is a method sorted. Sort method, which is that there is a method sort present in list class. That is different. And these are not present inside list class. These are generic methods. Means these methods we can apply on any of these collections. Okay. So length, min, max, sort. What else do we have? Let me just check in. What is it, friends?
All these are built-in functions, right?
Sorry.
Built-in functions, right? All these are.
All these are built-in functions. Or whatever we are discussing here, all are built-in functions. Only difference is there are methods which are part of list class. And these are not part of list class. The difference is if a method is part of list class, we call that method saying that list dot that method name. You got it right? that list name dot, that method name. When you say list name anywhere, those methods are present inside list class. Is that clear? Clearer? Okay. If you don't apply that list name dot and if you are directly applying methods, those are generic methods which are not present inside list class. You got it right? So that is the idea. There are few more methods. Let us just check. Right, generic methods applied on, even these are applied on string. I had discussed some time back as well. Okay, generic methods applied on list in Python. Okay, let us just have a quick look. You can use any of this because it's not that we don't need to worry too much, but there are certain very famous websites, and Geeks for Geeks is also something which is popular, but I generally don't follow much of this. Okay, these are all part of list class. You can see the reverse all that, and min max. So these are something. What is that? Which are generic. Okay, and then what else? This guy didn't mention all those, so I don't think this is not the whole list. Okay, this is also fine. Program is also fine. These are all exclusively part of list. Okay, by looking at that, we can easily understand by now. List methods we don't want. We want generic methods. Okay, these are all fine. I think these people are exclusively focusing on that API itself. Okay. Generic. So you can see here this, that's saying some. For now, I think we can go with them. I just want to list all of that. Okay. So maybe you can just type like this otherwise. That's like so all querying is all this prompting is important, like max in Python. So let me just see here. Length anyhow, min max. This guy just gave only 3. This we have already we have listed out. Okay. Otherwise, we can do one thing. I hope simply some list one dot. Can we see all this? Let me see here. These are all magic variables. You can also play with them. Give it a try.
So you can search it like in the Python documentation.
Oh, you have that in Python documentation.
You can go to Python documentation.
Okay, just need that list actually. Okay.
Open tutorials.
Okay.
Come back.
Tutorials, sir.
Come back.
Just a minute.
Just Python doc.
Yeah. I think I got stuck here with this tutorial.
So here you can search built-in.
Okay.
Just Control F and search with built-in functions.
Okay.
With built-in.
Yeah, this should be fine. Otherwise, let's search with built-in. What happened? It's wrong here. BUILT.
Yeah, you can search it here.
I think this is a beautiful website I see here because there is so much of information. Yeah.
Even we can also select the versions.
Yeah, version, but this is fine. This is the latest one, right? Should be fine. No need to go to you don't need to go for 2x because this has stopped producing updates since 2020. Now people are focusing more on these versions only. You can go ahead with that, no issues. Okay, but it's okay. I'm just only looking for Built-in, I am not seeing any built-in here. Naveen, right? But
Yeah,
this content is really good. Maybe you can give a try whenever you think you are free, because with all this knowledge, you can go through them. Not finding anyhow. I'll check on that first. Let's go through this. It's waste of time for us. Okay. I'll just try to find it out and give you all the list of those generic methods. Anyhow, we can apply same on tuple as well. We can apply on set as well. We can apply on our documentation. Even let me just give it like one last time. Seeing here on Doxon. Okay, no issues. I'll show you how to install Python modules also using something called pip we use. We need to know about this as well. I'll show you how to
can you
install.
open that link which shared?
Which one?
I shared in the chat.
Okay. Let me see. Libraries functions. Huh? Okay, that should be fine then. No problem, because here it's not opening directly. Okay, let's try this then. Good. This looks really pretty well organized. So here, what is that you should see? These are all mathematical functions. You can see ABS. Okay, fine. But what I need is I just need some special functions here.
Yeah, I think here you can use ITR, iterable, all these functions for list. Even examples also they have given, I think.
Yeah, you can go through them whenever you think. We discuss most of this because you can see this sorted. These are mentioned in different this thing, no problem. So now what I need is I need these things. I'll whichever I would like to discuss, I will copy and paste in the this sum should be fine. We can apply use this built-in function. Let me just add it to our list here. What is that? So apart from all these four functions which I have discussed, what is it? Where did I read? One is length. Second one is min method, and then max method, and then sum method, and then sorted method. These are mostly enough for us. I don't think we use more than all this. All in any is fine, but we rarely use this. We don't regularly use them. But other most of this min, max, sum, sort.
Iterable, like in ITR, that also I think we can use.
ITR, we don't need it now immediately, Naveen, but we can just add to the list because we don't use much of ITR. Okay. AITR, you are saying? Yeah. Generally, we go with most of the time with for loop. So I don't think we use much of it because we have a lot of code bases, right? I don't see people using much of that built-in methods. Okay. But if you want, we can give it a try. I'll come up with few scenarios on that as well. Okay. So few of this we need to work with which one some on these built-in I mean classes and object scenarios. So no problem. Anyhow, I have this list right. Whenever it is needed, I'll try to introduce those important methods here. Fine. Let's jump to the discussion now. Let us discuss these methods quickly and then move to the implementation part. Let's use some programs to discuss now. This is all the list of top methods we should quickly discuss now. What are all these things here? So with that, we completely discuss almost all the very foundation level methods needed for development. Okay. Let me go one by one here. What is length? Length already we had discussed number of times. You can take any list. Okay. So already we cleared it. maybe I'm just commenting it. I just showed you how to use clear. If you want, you can apply clear and clear your list. For now, I am just leaving that list one as is. First thing, I just want to find length of any data structure. We can use length method here. What this length method is what this length method does is it returns length of a string. Okay, we use this. I generally use all these four methods. I applied min, max, sum, and len whenever whenever we need it, as and when needed. I keep using this. Sorted anyhow we have internally. If you want, sometimes you can apply explicit sort also. Okay, this is explicit sort, not internal sort. Okay, so now there is a difference. If you want to, if you ask me a question, what is the difference between internal sort and external sort? I'll show you definitely. So this returns length of a string. Maybe quick example is this. What is that? You can say some printf. I'm directly applying, but while anyhow we do some coding, there you understand like how length works really. So here len of some list one. You have many lists here. Choose whichever list you want. List one dot. Just pass list one. You don't need to do anything. Dot is not needed. Just pass that list name to this length function. It returns length of that list. Okay. So you can right click and run this and you can find length of list. We have 11 elements in this list one. That's how you should find length. Generally, we can assign to some variable. Here I am just printing it to show you how it works. So this is the idea of length function. Next one, min function. Okay, min means returns minimum element in the list. So min of list. Just simply, this is a very simple coding. Maybe same thing, you can explicitly create a code and test also. You can write a customized code. What do you mean by customized code? A code by yourself, writing by the written by the developer itself. Okay. So now min, that is min. Similarly, max directly you can apply simply on whichever you want. You want to find max element from a list. Okay. So here, let me just come on, buddy. Max of list. Suppose I want to find some. I'm directly doing it, friends. I have to save some time. Okay. So apply sum of list. That's it. It will sum all the elements of list, provided make sure you don't have strings when you are doing this kind of sum on this list. Okay. All elements should be integers when you apply sum here, else it returns some error. Okay. Sorted means it simply sorts all elements. Okay. Simply you can just do one thing. You can say sorted off to this. You can pass list one or anything of your choice. Okay. And then I told you right yesterday, this is explicit sort, and you see clearly on these methods, we are not saying that list name dot length or list name dot min, list name dot max, list name dot something like that. Means these are generic methods, not part of any class. Okay. And we can apply them directly on any data structure or a collection. You got it right there. Sorted, you can just pass it. If you want to reverse it, then again we have to use here reverse attribute, same like how we did yesterday. You should set it to false. If you want your list to be sorted in descending order here, okay, all and any are just doing some Boolean operation. Suppose, right, you can copy one here. Where is that print? If you want, you can use a print and then you can say any of list. If you don't have, right, any of list means if any means it's more like doing AND operation. Sorry, not any, all. Here apply all. All means it's more like doing AND operation. I'll show you. I'll make you clearly understand that. And any is like doing OR operation. Okay, before I apply this, let me print this list one so that it's easy for you what data is present in list one, so that we can analyze our output easily. Okay, so let's run this. This is actually list one. Let us see what elements are there, and based on that we can do analysis for each of these methods. Like what is that, what we have in list, what is that we are getting for each method. Okay. Finally run this. So probably looking at these methods, this length, min, max, sum, and then sorted, all these methods are self-explanatory or self-descriptive methods. Looking at them, we can easily understand what each method does. And according to that, output is generated. You can see here, this is our actual list. And then we have 11 elements, and 2 is the min element, and 100 is the max element. And 267 is sum of all these elements, and then true, true. Why true? Because in this, you have all elements. If you see here, all elements are, what is it, friends? Non-zeros. They are not zeros. If all elements are non-zeros in a list, then all returns true. It's more like doing AND operation, right? Let me just show you one more scenario. A list one dot. Okay, append. I am applying append. I am adding 0 to the list now. And after that, again, I am printing all of list one. Now let's run this. Now run this. Now you can see what happened here. Anyhow, you put any here. Any will return true. But now you have added a 0, right? Now, at least if you have any one element as 0, then all returns it as false. Means to quickly check if any zeros are present in a list. If any zeros are present in a list, then you can apply all. Even it might be 1 0 or multiple zeros, but just want to see if zeros are present in list, apply all of list. Then it sees if there are any zeros in the list. Even if there is 1 0, then it returns this output as what? See, output as false. If non-zero, if this list doesn't have any zeros, if all are non-zeros, then it returns this all method returns true. All method returns true. You got it right? So maybe I'm just adding a point here. All non-zeros, then it returns true. Otherwise, even if 1 0, even if 1 0 in a list, then all returns, what all returns? All returns false. Got it? This should be very clear for you. How about any? Any is more or like more or less doing OR operation. Here, it's very simple. If the whole list, I'm just adding here. If all elements are zeros, okay, zeros, then it returns false. Means if in this list, if each element is 0, every element is 0, then this returns false. Any operation returns false. Else, even if one element is non-zero, it's like doing OR operation. If even one element is non-zero, then any returns true. Okay, I'm just adding clearly here. What is it? Even if one element is non-zero, at least one element, no need to be all elements, then any returns true. If you want to test it, you can test it. You can see here, we have a 0 added here at this thing. Maybe if you want to see that 0 also, do one thing, quickly print it. Simply after this, after adding 0, print that updated list here, list 1. Okay, now run this. What you have to do? Just run the code. Okay. Now you can see first one is false, second one is true, and still this has a 0, 1 0 is there. But for any to return false, everything should be 0. I'll do one thing here, right? Here, I will say list 1 dot clear. I'll clear all elements of list. At what stage, at what level? After applying all, then I am clearing list here. At the end of that operation, I cleared list. Now I am adding few zeros. List 1 dot append of 0, 1 0. Similarly, there is a small typo. Similarly, you can try to add few more zeros, friends. Okay, list 2, list 3. Now, how many zeros are there in the list? 3 zeros are there in the list. After adding, just print it. just to have a clear idea. Now you apply any, because every element in list at this stage is 0, any returns false. At least one element is non-zero, any returns true. Let's test it quickly. Now run this, you can see what is it. So now when I print list 1, okay, I put list 2, list 1, list 1. Now you should see 3 elements, friends. Sorry, I think I may have modified. You can see all elements are zeros, any operation return false. Suppose you try to add one non-zero value here at last one. You put it as some one, any non-zero. It might be negative or positive. Now run this. Now any returns true. Any returns true here. Is this clear to all of you, friends? So this is the behavior of all methods and any methods. I hope you are clear with all this, right, friends? That's the idea about all methods of list class and generic methods. And this sorting, right? I didn't print sorting. That's why we are not getting sorted this thing. Just directly print it. Now you print this. Print off sorted off this. Now run this. You can see a sorted list as well. Somewhere you can see here. This is a sorted list. See, and it is sorted in descending order. Why it is sorted in descending order? Because we applied reverse equal to true. And if you remove and test it, it gives you what? Sorting in ascending order. You can see here all elements are sorted in ascending order here. Okay. So this is all about all these methods. I'll just share you the code with you. Maybe you can use it for reference for testing all that. Okay. Next one. So that's all, friends, about all methods of list class. So yesterday, while I was looking for some details, I found one website really very useful. I shared all that, whichever is interesting and whichever has really useful information. I'm sharing everything in the group as well. Okay, and I see that something like include help, just to see different ways of playing with lists. Okay, and these are all actually list problems. I see that these are really useful. If you practice it, you get a definitely you'll get a good understanding on lists here. You can see here, right? Maybe programs and then Python. You can see there are so many languages, but we don't need all this. We just need what? Programs, Python. Just go to Python, friends. And then you can see this. These are all something really useful programs. You can, if you can practice all this, this is going to help you a lot, friends. Okay. And then I want what programs, list programs. So these are all list programs. Okay. And then in this program, you can do declare and print a list. All of you can do by now, if I'm not wrong, to print list elements in different ways. Like, like iterating, like extracting indexes. If you want, you can apply a while and print all that. Adding and removing elements, as of now, right? And printf, I think by now you can see with just doing some 1 or 2 sessions. This is our third session on lists, if I am not wrong. You can see you can find all these programs. So now you can also apply your this thing program to print a list using for loop. We know that how to iterate list using for. Program to add an element at a specified index in a list. Right? This anyhow you can do it right by using index method, that insert method. We had discussed very clearly how to use insert method. Using that, you can add element at a given index, right? If you just see with the kind of discussion we had, you are able to answer all these questions. I didn't go through this list before I discussed the topic yesterday. Just want to give you some more programs for practice. Like you keep asking, right? Just I'm searching some websites. I found this has some beautiful basic programs. I don't say these are really challenging programs, but basic programs. Okay. Now at foundation level, this helps you to work with them. Now program to find differences of two lists. Right? You can create a program for this. This anyhow, min max you can try now. You can see duplicate thing we already did it. You can see, right? Yesterday we did duplicate and occurrences. Even this guy gave that program here somewhere. What is that? Multiple occurrences of this thing. See, You can see here, remove all occurrences, a given element from a list. Can we try this now? Shall we do this? How to remove all occurrences, right? And how to find count of occurrence of some element. We tried yesterday all occurrence of each element from a list, right? And similarly, even odd, we tried how to print a list after removing even numbers, print a list after removing. We try to have a separate list of even and odd here. By looking at this within just two sessions, we were able to cover most of these things from this most of these exercise programs, friends. Okay, now what I do is I'll go with my own this thing. What is that? So here, first thing what I want is I want to come up with a scenario. Let me close all this. Okay, what is that scenario? That scenario is finding. This is the program what I want for you. Okay, let's try this program, not this one. Sorry, I came to a wrong window. So now program to find second max. This is something people ask a lot in interviews, friends. Second max of a list. Second max element of a list. You also keep thinking along with me. This helps to improve your thinking, friends. Or otherwise, sometimes there is another equal, simple, another problem, similar to this. We found second max. Similarly, program to find second min. These are the programs, these are the problems people ask in interviews. Or third max, third min, fourth max, fourth min, something like that. Okay, you have to find a way anyhow. First, I'll talk about second max and second min. Right? Shall we do these programs now? These are thought-provoking programs which helps you to improve your thinking. Let's try this now. Now, what is that I would do? I'm creating this thing here, Python file, and then saying finding second max. This is our program. So first thing, this is a very simple thing. You can easily try this, friends. Okay, but we have to find a dynamic way. We'll check about it later. So first thing, create a list. So what is that? Creating a list. That is one thing. And this program is what? Finding second max. I'm just following easiest way. Later on, I'll bring up with a dynamic process. Finding second max. Okay. Now, what is that I should do? You can take an input from the keyboard. Enter. Anyhow, this is a straightforward program, right? Finding second max. Why again asking input? No need. Okay, so now create a list now. Some list one equal to add some elements, something like 1, 2, like maybe if not 1, 2, some 10 and 7, and then 11 and then 16, and then some 6 and then some 8, something like this. So we need to find what second max now. So the program is all about what is that? Finding second max. It's a very simple program. If you want to find second max, first of all, find the first max. Easiest thing I'll show you. When you have this kind of programs in interviews, you can easily address this. Okay. What is that you should do? First, find max value. Okay. From the list. How do you find max value? Now you have opportunity to apply all that built-in methods we had discussed here. Okay, just simply apply max of list one. You know, automatically we don't need to care which element is bigger here, but this gives you max of which is the max element. Do one thing now. Now you know what is it. Now you know this is it returns max element. And whichever it returns the max element, probably here 16 is the max. This returns 16, right? So what do you do? The easiest way is remove that 16 from the list. What is that you do? Once you found max element, just remove it from the simple way is what? Remove 16 from the, now we got 16. So once you found which is first max, remove it from the list. Then what do you do? Then the next max which you see is the second max. Simple. You got it right, friends. Now what is that I should do now? Simply I am removing list one dot remove of what is that I should do? Pass. Now, whichever the max value that is there in the list, I have got it into max value. That I am passing to the max value. If you want to remove based on value, use remove method. And this will remove max element from the list. Now, simply what you can directly apply, or if you want, you can first copy to some variable and then get it. Max value equal to max of what is that list one. Now this is the second max. Then you can print what is that the second max is. Second max is what is that, friends? You can simply say put a placeholder, or you can use print in different ways. You can choose whichever you want. Dot format, and then what is that you should do here? Max value of. So this is the very simple and straightforward. So this is how you can apply max method as well. And this helps you to get the second max. What is the second max here? 11, right? Now, what you can do what you can do is right click and then what? Run this. Now 11 is something second max. You got it right, friends? Right. This is one approach. What is that? To find max of some element, this is one approach. There is another approach. This is solution one. See, one more important thing, friends. This is something maybe if you think it is useful, you try it. Right? When you are working on some problem, try to find as many solutions as possible for that problem. Right? If you practice this approach one fine day, you automatically become an expert in optimizing your code. Immediately we cannot become optimizers, but with a lot of practice like this, definitely you can be a master of programming one fine day. That all needs is not intelligence or not being clever, being consistently practicing. Friends, just an FYI for you, for your information. Okay, fine. Next, solution 2. So this is one solution. What is this? This is solution 1 to find the first max. Sorry, second max. Another solution is same thing. If you are working on integer, generally this max is applied for some numeric data. It might be integer or float. So simple solution is sorting that in descending order or ascending order. Anything is fine, no problem. Right? Sorting, sort list. Okay, in descending order. This is one more solution, friends. You see, do you find any difficulty here? This is very simple scenario. Now you can simply apply to sort it. What I can do? List one dot sort. This is one method. Otherwise, you can use generic method sorted. And here just apply reverse equal to true. And this sorts the whole list in descending order. Now this is very simple for you to get second max, right? So how to get second max? So simple. Just get the second element from the second index, means 0, 1, first index. If you see position is second, then the index should be 1. That's all, friends. Simply see how simple this is. Print. I am directly printing now. So the second max is with lot of confidence I am doing this without any this thing. I'm going for direct printing. The second max element is. So what is it? So simple, right? Because we already sorted. If you sort your list, what would be the list? It look like this, friends. What is it? It should be 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 16. Or reverse order is some 16. Okay. Some 11 and then some 10 and then some 8 and then some 7 and then some 6. This is sorted list in reverse order. Now what is that I'm doing? I'm putting a placeholder dot close this dot format. Okay, now list one dot index. You can not index, friends. If you need to get second max element, right? So then in that case, through index, okay, no problem. Don't apply index because we need value, right? If you need value, what is that you should do here? Simply you can apply one thing is we don't have get method, I believe. Is there any get method like in other languages? No, we don't have get. So then the solution is first of all, this is simple, right? List of, use this index method, not that index method, index operator. List of, if it is 2, we should get -1. Then you take n here, nth element, that might be anything. Assume that you are taking second, right? Just put 2 here. Now just pass to this. If it is second element, we should pass n-1, means first index. This gives you second max element. Run this now. You should get 11 also this time. So what happened? Yeah, we removed one element, right? So here I think printing. See, this is the approach we have to follow, friends. Simply apply index operation. Just whichever the element you want to remove, just sort that list and pass the index of that, because if it is a second max element, then the index will be 1. Third max element, index will be 2. Fourth max element, 3. Like that, friends. Just do -1. That gives you exact index of that max element. We will just do a quick one more test on this so that you get a clear idea. Now, I think you are good with this, right? This is a very simple, simplistic solution. Maybe we'll just add one more program after this. What is that? Nth max. But before that, not to get confused, we do one thing. Let's print this list first. If you print list, we don't have this confusion, right? So first thing, the very original list. After that, okay. After that, what? After removing second max, again I am printing one more time. Directly you can copy print here. Right? Now here, one more print there. After sorting, one more print. And then this gives you a clear idea. Right? So now you see, this is original list. We removed first max, that is 16. Then we got, you can see here, this is the remaining list. From that, we got second max. Second max is what? After removing 16, you can see here, friends. 11 is the second max, so we got it. Then this is after removing 16, this is the original list here. You can see here. Now we sorted this. Now from this again, we are looking for second max. 11 is first max, 10 is second max. So we got that 10 here. As did we print that 10? I commented this. Okay, let's print this now. Now you get output after that is somewhere. Yeah, again, n is missing, right? So that's why we are getting error. We can directly pass 1, but just for standardization, I use n. I set n, this n to 2. Okay, now run this now. Now you can see second max is 10. By looking at the list also, you can easily confirm that 10 is second max here. Suppose I want third max. You do one thing now. Let's create a small program finding nth max of a list. This is the easiest way. Nth max of a list. These are programs people ask you in interviews, friends. Just remember, when you face programs and when you attend interviews, when someone asks you this question, definitely you'll remember me. Trust me. At least you didn't see my face, at least my voice. Finding nth max of a list. Even you are experienced, sometimes people ask you to write a code in interviews. So be prepared for all these things. Nth max is so simple. Just try to input it from keyboard. What is that? I'm directly saying int of input. You got it right. What is that? We should do same thing. We don't need to do anything. If one thing is just do sort on that list. Already that is sorted. It is sorted. This list is sorted. So as we did sort, I am going for direct printing here, direct getting that value. Generally, using a method for all this is the best recommended. I will show you how to add method after this. So step by step, you get a clear idea. So now finding, I don't know which max is this. So I'll do one thing. I'll put one more placeholder here and pass n so that whichever max is that, right, that we get here. So, and then value and format of that n comma and then list of n minus 1. That should do the required this thing. Okay. First, next one. Let's do that now. Let's go to this one by one here. Okay. Right click on this code. Somewhere it will stop here. What is that? Name n. What happened? Okay, again we missed that n here. That's why that guy is crying. This PyCharm is crying because I missed that n there. No problem. And again rerun this. Now it is waiting for input here. Just give fourth max and then enter. It should be the fourth max here. Is fourth max 7? Right? Yes or no? But I doubt this code has a little flaw. What is that flaw? Run it. Let me just show you. All of you are fine with this, friends? Do you understand how to find this? Which max is that? Right, to find first max, second max, third max, fourth max, fifth max, nth max. This is the easiest solution. Got it right? And here you can see I took almost help of all built-in methods. And again, if you ask me a question, can you write a customized code for all this? As far as I am, if you check with my confidence, I can do this with practice because I'm doing this from many days. I can build a customized methods for all this or algorithms for all this as well. Okay, even I don't need to depend, but still when you are in development, you don't need to do that much of this thing because we generally go to some Stack Overflow and get the code and put there and test it. Okay, but still, if you want to do customization, you should be able to. Means customization means creating your own code. In such cases, even you should be in that position, friends. So now this is the idea. But while all that is fine, it is giving nth max. But suppose I want first max. I think this should work actually. This will work 100% perfect. Now, because there is no 0th max, right? What max you want, you have to pass it in numbers. Okay. Anyhow, this works. No need. There is no flaw. I just had a little doubt. This has a flaw because we need to do thorough testing as well, right? I'm giving first max. What is first max? 11. It is working pretty well. No issues at all. Right? From first max to nth max, it is working everything from whatever max it wants. It is working fine. So this is the idea, friends. Idea about finding max element of which, right? Some max element, whatever the position it might be. Similarly, are you good with all this, friends? This is a very simple and easiest to program, friends. Okay, right? But you can do all this. It is easy when you have a quick idea about all these methods. See, if you are really clear with fundamentals, if you are really good with fundamentals, right, providing solutions become at least 70-80% easy for you. Only thing is you should know which method you have to use and how to apply that method. If you just have that idea, see, I simply solve these problems, which people think very difficult when they face an interview. This is just matter of 2 lines. See, 2 lines of code, but it gives you all max elements. Similarly, what you can do, you try the same for minimum, friends. At least with this support now, can you give a try for finding nth max? It's not second max, first max. Let us tune the problem, not the. Okay, generally people ask these questions in interviews, friends. How to get second max? How to get second min? How to get nth max? How to get nth min? Right? For all this, only thing is just by now you should understand if you are really good with the API or the fundamentals, then you can easily play with all these scripts. You got it right. Let me just copy and paste this code. Did I share the code with you? Okay. So that is the idea, friends. Next, tomorrow we will solve this problem. Which problem? This is something which has a lot of information in this. So this is the problem, right? You have a list of students like this, Krishna and some this thing, and then Arjun and some data, and Malika and some data. What is that you should do is you should find average of all this each student, and based on that, what is that you should find whichever student is getting, you can see here who has right more average, who is scoring more. That is the problem here. Got it? That's the friends. That's what this problem is. I'll add actual data also here. I think I have it in the. Let me just show you so that you also have a clear view of it. Okay. This is the problem you have to solve. Okay. This is a simple problem, but only thing is needs thinking. You can see here we got key value pairs. I think this also needs dictionary. I'll do one thing after covering dictionary. We'll come to this tomorrow. I'll prepare few thought-provoking programs for you so that you get hands-on to play with list, friends. Okay, that is for today. Any more questions now? Maybe try to join little early, friends. Okay, so I'll generally we are starting by 9:30. So if possible, be on time, friends. But that's of course I'm waiting. No issues. I don't have a problem. Any more questions? This is for today. Naveen is typing something. Yes, Naveen, please let me know. Any questions, Naveen?
I
Iterate.
think